Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first official day of the Red Power Roundup 2016 Union Grove, and I'm going to have to head for higher ground because the little spit is starting to turn into a pretty good shower, so I'm going to go find a place to hide. We'll be chatting later. Bye for now. Well, I missed the unloading of this beautiful 826. I turned around and talked with a couple of guys, and that turns into a 15-minute conversation. So this is a beauty. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. And I see I'm getting some water spots on my camera, so I guess I'm going to have to stop again and wipe the water off the lenses. Okay, we'll see if that's any better. So we've got a 1954 Super M TA high clearance. The badge says Super MV TA. I don't know, I always thought that was not technically correct, but this isn't a judging contest here, so. That is a nice 26. That is a nice rig. This whole rig is nice. They got a nice big IH Eagle tractor and beautiful farm tractors here. Nice rig, nice trailer. Young man there going to bring her down the ramps. Shouldn't be too tough. He's got everything all set up. There we go. There we go. And I see they've already got a nice A, a 1950 Super A, that would be, 1950 white gold demo. If it's authentic, and it probably is, there's no reason to doubt it. Oh, the old M's just humming fine. Just humming fine. We even got a SMV sign on the Super A here. And it's burbling along. Looking good, looking good. Still a lot of activity here today. This is the first official day with the show, but they've been showing up for a couple of days. Go over here and look at this interesting creation. A 1953 Super H FWA prototype. You don't see any other of these, do you? That's just one of one, huh? Jesse and Jen Holmes out of, how do you pronounce that? Wakarusa, Indiana. Bodywork by Dustin Martin. Pretty interesting, pretty amazing. I guess I'll get me a still photo of that. Well, here we have the Lindsay Farms part of the collection, 3 tractors. The 450 with the 460 fenders on it. The Super MTA. And over on the other side of the heavy-duty golf cart, we got an M over there. Boy, that's a lot of weight for a golf cart. But I guess it's not so bad considering they're plastic. Okay, here we are on Lowell's M, and we're going to take off for the registration check. We can get some activity going here. Everything looks a little bit different from up here. Just kind of taking the scenic route up to the registration shack. I don't get much seat time, so I'm kind of enjoying this. Anyhow, see you in a few. Whoa. Hang on to that. another example of a fairly high dollar operation. Two big Peterbilts. Look like pretty much a match set. And they got T-plates on, which I understand authorize them to haul up to 80,000 pounds, which is pretty much anything, I guess. So that's some beautiful tractors that we're going to stroll down here and have a look at. Look like fairly new drop deck trailers. And it's a Super W6 TA there. So here we go. We got a 1206 Wheatland, a 1206 row crop, and we've got a 1256 Wheatland, and we got a 1568. They're sounding good too. What they got back there? A black stripe of some sort, 966. Beautiful, beautiful tractor. I think I'll put this away for a moment and see if I can snap me some pictures. And they got another MTA up there that they're unloading. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful trailer, beautiful setup. Okay, here we go. Ready to rock and roll. Boys are blowing some smoke. The age where they could enjoy some smoke too. And the 966 bringing up the rear. A beautiful procession of tractors. Looking good. Looking good. Well, looks like Mr. Hoover is going to go for a little cruise on his Hydro 100. Got his rotating plow on there behind him. 155. Oh, guess I better back up. I guess for whatever reason he's turning things around. Maybe that's so people get a look at the plow. Quite an impressive setup though. There we go. Rotating around. Giving a little demonstration. Pretty cool. Well, we're back in the main show area, and this is the 1941 H, owned by Rich Anderson. We saw this a couple of years in Huron, South Dakota. Quite a setup. Number 8 Little Genius plow built from 28 to 60, and some kind of drill apparatus. I'm not even sure what the heck it is, but pretty amazing. We're just going to take a tour down the line here. We've seen this this TD14 before, and this T9 dozer. We've seen this before, and we got a TD9, 1955 model. This T9 is a 41. And we got a TD6, which is 1952, beautiful, beautiful 140, 1964 140. Lowell and Rosalind Wessel from Brownstown, Indiana. Pretty beautiful. In fact, I'm going to have to stop, I think, and take a photograph of that. Okay, and on the other side of their canopy, they have a 47 Super A. Again, Lowell and Rosalind. Really nice. Oh, and a gorgeous little Cub. They obviously do a really nice job of restoring on their stuff. Looks like pretty nice paint, what have you. A Cub Lowboy, which is a 1957 Bob Johnson from the Michigan chapter, Kent City. And a gorgeous 100, 1954, owned by Jim and, is it Cheryl Yours? Oh, that's really gorgeous. That's really gorgeous. I'll have to come back and take pictures of these too, as well. 48 Cub by Bernie Law. So here we have a really nice 826 Hydro, which you don't see many of those. Very nice. 1970 826 Diesel Hydro, Larry Jorgensen, Trent, South Dakota. It's in either really good original condition or it's been restored at some point. But here we have a 656 Utility Hydro, 1972 model, Andrew and Carrie Fern, F-E-A-R-N. So, in a nondescript golf cart. So, boy, this is really filled in a lot since we left last night. Lots of tractors showing up. A 57 450. A beautiful 65 140 high crop. Oh, sorry. I'm going to have to pause again. Some tractors here that I'm going to have to take some still photos of. A 544 Hydro with some plows on the back. An 826 Gold Demo. Don't worry, you won't get your 15 minutes of fame, so I'll edit you out. Beautiful tractors, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Okay, well, I got halfway down this string and I'm on the wrong side of these tractors, so I'm going to switch over here. The sun has moved around a little bit. We saw these tractors earlier out in the loading area, getting off those two big red matching Peterbilts. So we had the 660 right there, and we got a 1256 1951 Super A. Let's see what this says here. It's a 1951 Super A, Mark Wagner, Hebron, Illinois, Hebron, if I even got it spelling correct. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous 1568. Just gorgeous. And your Farmall 1206 and your IH 1206. You'll be getting a call from a Hollywood agent any time now. Farmall Super MTA. And here's quite a rare tractor. Not many of these around. The Super W6 TA torque amplifier. Was only done 1 year, 1954. Okay, let's go look at Danny's setup here. Here's the first 1086 off the assembly line. It was built in August of 1976, so it's a 1977 model year, the very first one, and Danny Anderson did a great job on it. So we're gonna go over here and observe the big BS session. That's Danny, the 8-foot tall guy with the red hat, and T-Bone Lowell Lindsay's got his back to us with the red stripes. I'll get you, T-Bone. And this is prototype number 505, owned by Mr. Bruce Dankers up in Pine Island. And boy, it come out really nice, didn't it? What do you think of those new signs that Danny got? Those are pretty slick, aren't they?
Yeah,
they are pretty razzle dazzle.
Get a good picture of them.
Pretty razzle dazzle. Yeah, I'll see if I can get a close up. Yeah, those are nice. Farmall 1206, prototype 505. Hinsdale Engineering. And here's 508 that they just did. Watch out, Danny, if you don't want to be even more famous than you are.
Thanks, Billy.
I'm loving them signs.
What do you think of that?
That is great.
My niece Melinda at her finest.
Yeah,
right there.
she did a great job of, especially considering it's just hand done.
That's freehand. That's her normal handwriting.
That's pretty incredible.
Have to work at that.
Pretty incredible. My hieroglyphics you can hardly understand. I can hardly read it myself after I've written it down. And here's the 5388, which is a bit kind of a famous tractor now in its own right. It's a prototype replica. This tractor was actually built by IH in Hinsdale, and of course when the merger took place, the originals were all destroyed. So this is a reproduction. He's not trying to make out anything, so it's a replica. And it's the front half of a 5488 and the back half of a 7130, a case IH 7130. And they just bolted right together. It was just a really an easy creation. All it needed was two donor tractors with a good front end and and another one with a good back end. So it's great, and it's fun to drive. Oh, Danny put a new sticker on it. Hinsdale Engineering Department. Danny has some contacts with the people in Hinsdale. And here's a couple of interesting tractors. There's a 1981 TX146. It's a prototype. We think it's a prototype 501 of the 50 series tractors. Lakeville, Illinois. And here's a beautiful 1984 5488 owned by Mr. Matt Rupp, Preston, Ohio. And it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Okay, gonna sign off for a minute. Talk to you later. Well, we've been working our way around the showgrounds here, and we're at the Case IH Agricultural Expo here. Got your big honking 620 right here that they're letting people climb all over, and pretty good sprinkling of the current crop of Case IH equipment. And right across the street is something kind of cool called the Little Tractor Company. And they're making these small tractors, and you can get them in just about, here's a Super Rim, and here's probably an F20. Oh, it's an it says F20 on it. And there's a 1468 over there behind those gentlemen. So it's pretty cool what he can do. And there's more examples over there, pictures and whatever of the work this gentleman does. It's pretty good stuff. They're half scale tractors is what they are. So we are going to carry on up this road to the letter series exhibit, which is the theme of this, the featured model of this show is the Farmall letter series tractors. So we're talking about the A's, the B's, the C's, the H's, the M's, and the super versions of all of those. And so that's what we're going to go have a look at. Well, had a little bit of a lunch break, and Gustafson's Farms, Rick, Pam, Chris, and Lacey. Looks like they're into the 2+2s. And here we have a B+, a 47 Farmall B, all-wheel drive. Rick and Pam Gustafson. Don't know if I'm quite getting the pronunciation right, but I must be close. Here's a beautiful little W4, 1951. And boy, Paul from I don't know what, his last name I'm not even going to attempt. So we're in the letter series section, and this is the featured tractor of this 2016 Red Power Roundup in Union Grove, Wisconsin at the Racine County Fairgrounds. And it's been not a bit on the chilly side. It's probably only about 70. Quite a bit of breeze. Oh, look at this. I like that. Oh, here we go again. I'm going to have to stop and take a picture of that. Okay, let's carry on here. Nice little Cub Cadet, Cub 100. A 1950 Farmall Cub with white demo. And we got a Super C here, 1953. Really nice 52 Super M. Stick and Barb Blomgren, Deerfield, Wisconsin. Real nice looking Super M. Oh, and look at this little Cub Lowboy. This is a beauty. This is a beauty. Good looking tractor. Good looking tractor. Here's a Super M MVTA. Super MVTA. High crop. Dell and Jan Bodart from Pulaski. Pretty cool. I don't know if this guy's getting ready to go somewhere. Looks like he might be gonna bug out here. We're gonna stand there and talk for a little while. Okay, we got her in gear and we got her warmed up a little bit. He's gonna take off. Beautiful tractor. Well, let's just carry on with our little stroll. Here's again a 1950 Super A, white demo. A 1954 Super A1. Very few of these around. Again, that's by Dell and Jan Bodart, Pulaski, Wisconsin. I think the distinction of the A1 was it had the bigger engine in it. It was the same engine that was used in the C, larger displacement engine. Anyhow, it's pretty good. And yeah, it's got it's like the planter and fertilizer hoppers on it. Oh, beautiful 46A. Gorgeous. 45 HD. Rob Roll, looks like. Yep. Oh, here comes the Super M driver back again for a moment. It's amazing how many of these older tractors from the 40s and early 50s are still in business. Here's a really nice A. I like that one. Good looking tractor. And I just saw a couple of interesting things behind me here. Beautiful. Looks like an old state or county tractor that was used to mow the weeds along. It's an industrial version. It's got the square tubing front axle. Oh, he's got some blades there in the rack. Very nice, very nice. Well, here are the Huber brothers. Ken standing up and Dick sitting down there with the red hat on. They brought several tractors and they're probably right along here. This Super W6TA is theirs, 1954 model. And I think it's got an electrol on the other side of it. Pretty neat. Let's walk around the other side here. And there's a Super W6 with the LP. Yeah, these are all Huber Brothers tractors. So you got a pretty neat one here. And an LP, then a high clearance LP, and right on down the line. And as you can see, they got quite a big collection of letter series tractors. They probably have 6 or 8 rows of tractors here. So a little bit of something for everybody. Guess I maybe have to take a few still photos here now. Well, let's just start at the beginning here. We got a high clearance Cub 54 Super W6 TA, and it has the Electrol on the side, which generated power for a lot of farms back in the era when not everybody had electricity to their house. And a Super W6 LP, a Super M high clearance LP, and a Super MTA high clearance all fuel. 1 of 11 says on the sign. And here we have a Super HV, and that's also an all fuel tractor. Get this video camera out and people start running for cover, which I guess is kind of understandable. Really nice Farm All C, 1950 model. Philip Kading from Racine, so he's not too far from home. So we got an M here. It's a 1948 model. It says 1952 H. I'm not sure when they went from the H to the Super H. I would have guessed that a 52 model would have been the Super H, but one never knows. Okay, and here we got a nice selection of Cub Cadets. Here's a 147, a 102, a hydrostatic 125, hydrostatic 123, a riding lawnmower, a Cadet 55, a Cadet, Cub Cadet, one of the very early models, and one of the 482, which was probably one of the later models. Okay, here's a 53 Super MV, Waukesha, Wisconsin, the Fred Gerdes family. I'm pronouncing it right, and again I apologize for any massacre of names. Here's a Super HB, also part of Fred's collection from Waukesha. Yeah, they got a pretty good collection here. Pretty good collection. And here's another Super W6 TA. Let's see, and again it's Fred Gerdes, Waukesha, Wisconsin. A W6, Bauer Farms. Okay, here's another W6, a Super M, says 1953, by the Jack Schmidt Farm, Spring Grove, Illinois, it looks like. Tim Jungles, Brandon, that would be Mississippi. I think MS is Mississippi, if I recall. Amazing how many different states are represented here. Pretty good stuff. Now here's something kind of neat. Looks like a Super C in its original, as they say, work clothing, with a 1-row picker. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. And now the traffic's cleared, let's pick up with a really beautiful, really nice 43M. Tom and Mary Heyob, Heyyob, Heyyob, from Cambridge City, Indiana. And Tom and Mary also own this nice M39, so that would be the first year that they were built. The styled letter series tractors all came out in 1939. Before that was all the F series tractors, and the F20, the F30, so on and so forth. 53 Super M, 40 M. Oh, really nice W4 with some interesting weights on the back. I don't know if that's was an IH produced thing or if that was some kind of homemade creation. I just don't know. Just don't know. Kimball family, 44 McCormick Farm All H, purchased at Farmers Mercantile Company, Union Grove, Wisconsin, restored in memory of Elmer Kimball, 1887 to 1965. Tribute tractor, beautiful job. 54 Super C. I might have to get a picture of that. It's kind of unusual. It has the front wheel weights, and it's got the weights on the frame weights. So I think I'll stop and take a picture of that. Along, taking a look at everything. I just had to take a little pause there to talk to Mrs. Anderson, Kathy Anderson, very sweet lady. Accompanied Danny down here, so she's part of the Dirt Boys, and we're just kind of strolling along here, looking at the tractors, giving people a kind of an idea of what it is going on here. Really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. Oh, real nice 54 Super MTA.
Well, I'm glad I bought that one.
Oh, it's got, looks like rice tires on it.
Little Mickey Mouse stuff that I
Looks
had
like
to do
rice
with
tires.
Well, before I drive it up here,
Beautiful.
I better check that rear end.
David and Jan. Oh boy.
Took the green plug out the side.
I'm not even from
Big
Newmarket,
screwdriver,
Tennessee,
pull it
so
out.
they've come quite a ways,
It looked
but
like snot.
I don't know how to
Brown and
pronounce it. Here's a very early, yep, a 1942 H and a 52 H. So let's cruise around here and have a look down there. A couple more rows to go. I don't suppose I'm ever going to get a chance to see every tractor and read every nameplate. Of course, there's quite a bit of duplication here. Real nice Super A with, again, the wheel weights on it. And this is a 1951. That was another kind of oddity of International Harvester. Not all of the Supers came out at the same time. The Super A came out, and then I think it was the Super C, and then I don't even know if it was the H or the M that came out first. I think they came out in 52. Boy, this is nice. Super MTA. Beautiful. A lot of work, a lot of money here, folks. A lot of work and a lot of money. Okay. And I guess while we're in this neck of the woods, we better have a look at some of the Cub Cadets. Lots of people like those. They're not quite as expensive probably as the full-size tractors, and you know, you can haul them in the back of a pickup or whatever. So they're much handier for a variety of reasons: size, expense. Out here have some old IH lawnmowers and a 265 Cadet snowblower. lot of the guys have attachments. Here's a, says 4 PTO special. A lot of these have not been restored. Well, sorry about that skip, folks. I had to, my battery died on me. I had to swap out batteries. So, again, a lot of Cubs here. A lot of Cubs. Don't really, oh, the Cub diesel. It says 1572. It says, yeah, model 1572, 1988. So I guess that was after the merger. Contrary to popular belief in some circles, Case did not buy out IH. Case had been bought out by a company called Tenneco, a big Texas oil conglomerate that bought Case in, I don't know, 62, 63, 64, something like that. And then Tenneco bought the agricultural division of IH in 1985 is when it all came to fruition, and they merged the two. If you look at the early equipment buyer's guides for like 1985, 1986, it was all 100% IH equipment with different lettering on it, and the tractors were just Case tractors that were painted IH, Case IH rather. The bigger tractors, the smaller tractors were still just rebadged IHs. Oh, real nice display of Cubs here. Let's have a little stroll down here. Kind of wandered through the middle. See what gets our attention. Oh, I got a PTO hookup to the wagon. Not sure what the point of that is, or if there really even is a point. And we're wandering through the new latest edition of Cub Cadet. Got the Z-Force SX zero-turn riding mowers. Let's see here. And we're going to shut down here and take a break and see where we end up. Well, here's something kind of interesting, the DLD2. I just kind of stumbled onto the place where they're lining up to get their picture taken. They have got an indoor studio going here. There's a beautiful 49 W4. And if you can see the flashing going on, they got a backdrop screen set up there. And now this looks like some of Jerry Mez's stuff, an 826. And a really nice little 682. So they just drive right in, stop, get their picture taken, and boom, I guess out the other end. And who doesn't want to crawl around on a big red tractor? I remember very vividly doing this as a kid, going to the Saginaw County Fairs back in central Michigan and climbing up on mostly the red tractors. I'd climb on any red tractor there was. And I probably climbed on a few of those other oddities as well. And but I always loved the red ones, of course.